Hello my wonderful free-verts, and welcome back to my channel. So please excuse the crazy hat hair thing going on. I'm doing a braid out for work tomorrow. Anyway, this video has nothing to do with hair and beauty. It has everything to do with school. So I thought we could talk about financial aid and talk about what I've experienced to help you guys on your financial aid process, whether you may be an upcoming senior in high school. Congratulations to you. It'll go by so fast. Or you're in college right now and financial aid has just not been the business. So I have a list on my phone so I don't run off topic. And here are my tips. Now, if you have any more questions regarding financial aid, please list it down in the comment section. I will answer them, or I'll find a link that will answer your question. I know how hard financial aid can be. I'm a rising junior in college, so I'm a third year. And this summer has been crazy with financial aid. I filed as a dependent, so I need the Parent Plus loan, but for credit reasons and stuff like that I'm not going into, I was denied it, and I had to figure out a way this summer, in a matter of like 2 months, how to get about $10,000 in aid on my own. And it was hard, a lot of tears, because I don't really I'm the kind of person that doesn't really like being in debt and stuff like that. So I thought that since this hit so hard to home, I should talk to you guys and give you guys tips around the same situation. So that was a lot of rambling. That was a huge introduction. So now I'm gonna get into my tips. So the first tip that I have listed is apply for as many scholarships as you can. And that could be all year round. I know there's a couple websites like Fastweb, Unigo, and a bunch of other sites. I'm going to put that in the description box. But basically you make a profile and they match you with scholarships. If you're still in high school, I would say go to your counselor and let them know ahead of time. So you guys are about to start school soon. So in August, go to your counselor and ask them if they know of any scholarships you can apply to, because it's best if you start early rather than late, and apply all year round. I know my senior year in high school, I had a hard time finding scholarships. Well, I found a lot of scholarships because I really needed the money, but I had a hard time actually getting the money. I got about like 2 scholarships besides Hope. But I would say never give up and keep applying to scholarships. Now if you're in college, again, those sites will help you, as well as going to your advisor and going to the website for whatever college you're in, and that means like whatever department your major's in. I would suggest going to those sites because sometimes they have scholarships that you're eligible for, as well as if you're joining a fraternity or sorority or a Greek organization, sometimes they have scholarships out there. I would just suggest you keep looking. I'm still looking right now this summer. I haven't had any luck yet, but I have been applying like crazy. So the next step, or the next tip I have is finish your FAFSA as soon as possible. Now, for all of my high school students, FAFSA is basically your application. You fill it out with your parents' financial information, like taxes and stuff. Your financial information if you have a job or anything like that, like your taxes, things like that. If you're dependent, all that sort of information, you send it in. You say which schools you want to be sent to, and it gets sent to your college. Your college looks at that, and that's how your aid is determined. Now, of course, aid is given based on your needs, like how much your family can contribute and things like that, but it also is really a first come first serve basis. So I would advise you guys, the minute it opens up and your parents have gotten their tax returns back and stuff like that, to just go ahead and finish your FAFSA. Just go ahead and get it out of the way. You won't forget about it. It'll be done. So please do your FAFSA. Keep up with the deadlines and do it as soon as you can, guys. I cannot stress that one enough. And I will leave the link to FAFSA like down in the description box in case you're curious about what that is if you're in high school. I know I was. The next one is no interest rates before accepting loans. And that means just know the difference between unsubsidized and subsidized loans. Know the interest rates, because at the end of the day you will be paying that back, and that has a lot to do with how much debt you're going to accumulate, because those interest rates, like, they're there. So you're going to be paying your initial loan plus interest. So I advise you guys to know that. Of course, if you really need the loan, then take it and just be mindful of that. Like in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking about my loans. Just don't jump into things too fast, and know your interest rates. The next thing is save any refund checks you receive every semester. Now what that means is financial aid gives you a sum each semester for you to pay everything from tuition to board, so like where you're living, and student fees. Like UGA has a lot of fees, like for example the stadium fee or the gym fee or like the health center fee. So yeah, so that's what pays all of that, your financial aid. Now sometimes, since there's an estimate, and the estimate also like has books and things like that that you pay on your own, sometimes you're left with a refund, and you get a refund check after everything's paid, so like in the beginning of August. Now all my fellow undergraduates know, or graduate students or whatever know, that sometimes we can get a little too crazy with that refund check and spend it on things you do not need. If you need your refund check to pay for books and certain fees that you accumulate over the semester, use it because it's for school. But if you do not need that refund check, if you can pay for books on your own, or if you just have money left over, do not spend it on anything unnecessary. Not spend it on like a tablet if you don't need a tablet. Don't spend it on something crazy. Save that. Put it in your account and don't touch it. And that's for two reasons. One reason is possibly at the end when you need to start paying back your loans, you can just pay thousands at a time because you never used that money, and that will help because the faster you pay it off, the less interest, and it's just better for you that way. And the second one is what I'm going through right now, where maybe financial aid, you might not get as much aid the next year or something, and you're maybe $2,000 short. Like for me, I'm about $2,000 short, so you can use that refund money later if financial aid's not giving you as much money, and pay that for your fees or pay that towards your tuition. So I would advise you to save that refund money. Do not touch it. Just leave it in your account. So let me see what the next tip is. The next tip is don't be afraid to ask for help. Now this summer, like I said previously, when I was rejected a loan, I got on it and I called my financial aid office. Even though they couldn't match me with any scholarships at the time, they did tell me a way where I could get extra loan money in my name, and I did so. And so I would say ask professors if they know of any scholarships, ask advisors, ask counselors, and really just ask people for help. It's okay to ask. I know sometimes we get prideful, especially like maybe in high school you just weren't the kind of person to ask for help, but I would advise you guys to ask for help. Ask as many questions as possible. If this is your first time applying for financial aid, don't be afraid to call the financial aid office and ask them the steps you need to take. The next one is budget, budget, budget. Now this is for the people that have to pay for school themselves. They didn't have enough financial aid. I would just say budget, budget, budget. And that means look at the estimate that they have on the financial aid website and see like how much the cost of attendance is, and weed out the things you need. So for me, I'm not going to be on meal plan, so I can take off the estimated food cost. Of course, you're going to have to pay your institutional fees, your board, so your dorm fees, if you're living on campus. If you're not living on campus, you can take that out as well. What else do you need? Your tuition, of course. Keep the things you need and look at how much money you have. Look at the financial aid you have and how much you're going to have to pay out of pocket. And then with that, budget the money that you have. Think about how you're going to get that money. And then any money left over, keep that, like I said with your refund check. Keep it and just budget your money. That also goes for the whole semester. Nobody wants to be a struggling, broke college kid, even though we all are. Just budget how much you're spending. Only spend on like the necessities. So like food, things for school, things like that. Or if you do want to go places like a party or something, just budget that out. Just how much money you're willing to pay for entertainment per month. The next thing is only work during the school year if you have to and if you can handle it. I know that we can get very caught up in this financial aid thing and the costs of living and money and stuff like that, but only work during the school year if you absolutely have to and if you know you can handle it. I personally work during the summer and save all of my money up. and use that during the school year, just because I know personally that I wouldn't be able to handle it. I have my own goals. I want to keep my 4.0 as long as possible so that I can potentially get scholarships when I start applying for law schools, and I feel like that's a better use of my time than struggling trying to juggle between the two. Now, some of you guys can do it. Some of you guys will get work study, and that's awesome. Just know what you can handle and do what you possibly can, and don't add too much on, especially your first semester. So those were all of my tips. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, let's put them again in the comment section, and I will gladly answer them, or find someone that can answer them, or find links that will help you, because I really know how hard this can be. I'm doing a whole series now for college starting today. I'm not doing any Real Talk Tuesdays until I'm done, so I lied. I'm sorry. And while you're at it, my friend Ashley LaRose, who you've known or seen if you've seen my old channel, she has a couple of college tips. I'm gonna link those videos right here as we speak, so you can go over there and tell her I said hi. I hope that me and her can help you guys tackle this if you're going to UGA or any other college. So please, please, please ask for help if you need it, and know that I'm here for you, and to always keep the faith. So I love you all, my lovely free-verts, and we're gonna be amazing in college, and we're gonna get all of our dreams, and we're gonna make sure we have the least amount of debt as possible. So with that being said, I will see you guys all in the next video where I talk about more college tips. Bye.